The New York Yankees season is over. So let's already look ahead to their offseason. They got to do the difficult thing this offseason. Blow it up. Truly blow it up. Fire Brian Cashman, their GM. Fire Aaron Boone, the manager. And do the most two difficult things I don't think anyone in the Yankee organization wants to do, but they have to do. Trade Aaron Judge. Trade Gerrit Cole. This team needs a reboot. The Yankees need to start over. Here is why. They got to free up money, and they need to get an influx of young talent on this team ASAP. ASAP. And the only way that's happening is by trading your two best players you have, and really, frankly, the two best players at their respective position. Aaron Judge in right field, Gerrit Cole right now is a starter. And the reason why you're doing this is because look at how they're playing. Last night, lose to the Braves. Fall to 500 on the season. 60-60. This is the latest. The Yankees have been at 500 since September of 1995. We are seeing almost 30 years between the last time the Yankees were this bad. They're 6.5 games out of the final wild card spot, and according to Fangraphs, have basically a 3% chance of making the playoffs. So forget about this season. Right? They are cooked for this season. But you look ahead and look towards the future, there's not a lot of bright spots along the way. There's not a lot of reason to believe better days are ahead soon. This team stinks. This team stinks, and they have no way to improve with Aaron Judge and Gerrit Cole on the roster. Hal Steinbrenner, the owner, is absolutely not his dad, George. He is not spending big-time money. He's not spending what Steve Cohen did with the Mets, $300 million, getting this big-time payroll, and spending money to make numerous improvements all around the roster. And the Yankees don't have the farm system in order to bring young players up to have them plug some holes. So if you have an owner that's not willing to spend money, big money, to fix these colossal changes, and if you don't have the farm system that's bringing young talent up to at least have you try to fix some of these holes within your own farm system, what are we doing? How are you getting any better? How are you actually going to compete for a World Series? The issue is you're not, which is why an overhaul is the only real option. If you look at the Yankees right now, they're basically the Angels of the East. They have, again, Aaron Judge. You could argue best overall player in baseball. Gerrit Cole, probably going to win the Cy Young this year, best pitcher in baseball. Okay, so those two are locks. But you look at where the Yankees need help and where they need upgrades. First base, absolutely need help. Second base, Gleyber Torres is okay. You could do better. Shortstop, Anthony Volpe's in his rookie year. Pretty rough year for him. You want to give him a little more time? Fine. Okay, fine. Third base, black hole. Left field, no help. Center field, Harrison Bader's okay as a flash in the pan, but also anytime he gets hot, can't stay healthy. Catcher, no one. Starting pitching outside of Cole, the other four starters, horrendous. Bullpen, no one you can really truly rely on. We're talking about 24 to 26 players on the roster stinking, being awful. Absolutely could be, could use upgrades. So how do you expect to contend? How do you expect to be a World Series contender when 95% of the roster needs to be overhauled? And you don't have the assets or the young players to do so. And when you look at Aaron Judge, 32 years old next season. Gerrit Cole in a month is going to turn 33 years old. Are the Yankees getting any better? Are the Yankees going to improve that much in the next few years where they're going to now be legitimate World Series contenders in Gerrit Cole and Aaron Judge's primes? I don't see how that's possible. I don't see how that's happening. So no, they just signed Judge to a massive deal this past offseason, and Gerrit Cole has really rounded into form and again been the best pitcher in baseball this year. But if you're the Yankees, when everyone else around them stinks, I don't see how you can truly with a straight face say, we're going to run it back, and we're going to expect to contend next year and the year after that and the year after that and the year after that. This team is not good. And even when they made the playoffs, sure, they could beat the Twins. Sure, They can, slip by the Guardians in the ALDS. When they face legitimate competition, Astros, Red Sox, Rays, they have gotten smoked. They have gotten smoked. They are nowhere close to the upper echelon in the AL. And I don't say they're going to get there anytime soon. Again, your owner's not buying players. You're not going out there making trades, making blockbuster moves in order to, again, get you a new first baseman, new second baseman, new third baseman, new left field, new center field, new catcher, 4 new pitchers, 3 or 4 guys in the bullpen. And when you have the 21st ranked farm system, according to MLB Pipeline, not a lot of guys are coming to save the day either. So you trade Aaron Judge, you trade Gerrit Cole, you free money up, so you allow your owner who's now willing to spend big bucks to now have some money to play with, but also you get an influx of young talent. You may not, and probably won't, get equal value when you trade both Aaron Judge and Gerrit Cole. But here's what I'll say. If you trade Aaron Judge, superstar at his position, but now you were able to cash in and get 2 or 3 solid, pretty good players, let's say left fielder, second baseman, first baseman, left fielder, third base, pitcher, and you get 3 guys that are solid at their positions, no superstars, but I would say 3 solid guys is better than 1 superstar in baseball right now. With where the Yankees are and how much help they need, you may not get and will not get an Aaron Judge back in return in terms of a trade, but you can shore up 2 or 3 positions and feel good about it going forward. Same thing with Gerrit Cole. You need help in a lot of different areas, and you get legitimate prospects, even young players, maybe at the MLB level, back in these trades. You can expedite your rebuild and actually start to put talent and plug holes that are vast and numerous across this entire roster. I don't see the downside. I don't see why the Yankees wouldn't, because otherwise you are lying to yourself. You are not going to be a legitimate World Series contender with Aaron Judge in his prime and Gerrit Cole in his prime. So you're going to let him rot? You're going to do the Angels did and Mike Trout and just having him sit there basically and waste his career away? Or you're going to do something about it, trade him while the value is the highest, get legitimate prospects back, and try to build your way to where in 5 years the Yankees are a real threat. So they just kind of keep on piecing it together. Oh, we'll get this guy at the scrap heap and that guy, and we'll take a hope project here. They are going nowhere, and they're going to have more seasons like this where they're going back to the 90s, early 90s, how bad they were, compared to being World Series contenders again anytime soon. They got to trade Judge. They got to trade Cole. That's the only way the Yankees are actually going to become World Series contenders anytime soon.